welcome to Gaona Live as we talk overcoming and achieving, guys. Thank you so much for joining us as we wrap up the year 2017, a year that I believe has been amazing. It's been a year of challenges, of course, but I believe me and the ladies that I've got here have achieved. So now I would like to welcome you, my phenomenal ladies, and thank you very much for joining me here today. These are women who've made strides in various industries, and I believe this is really why I wanted to invite you guys here, because you all are movers and shakers, huh? Can I get an amen?
Amen.
You know what I mean? So yes, so I've got here the lovely Tulu Dikobe, who's a stylist and fashion blogger, known for a very expressive and bold dress sense. I wish you could just stand up and show them what you're wearing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah. This is what we're talking about. And her signature afro. You shaved one side, but the afro still going. So exactly the point. She's part of the duo Gaspros. She's a fashion icon, and she's been featured on various international magazines and has been featured on the CNN African Voices. And yet to feature, have you featured already on Finland TV? I understand there's something that's coming up.
It's coming up in November.
All right, you know what? Big up yourself, girl. You're a mover and shaker. And of course, we've got the phenomenal, amazing Zenzele Hashfield, who's a force to reckon with in our local entertainment industry. One of Botswana's leading music promoters and leading artist manager. I don't even want to say one of. You are the leading artist manager, because a lot of our music greats have come from your hands, were made by this lady that I've got right here. And as we speak, she's in the process of commemorating and celebrating a whooping 16 years in showbiz industry. That's no child's play. Girl, high five, high five. All right, and of course, to my right, you know what, girl, your style is shining. This has been your year.
Oh my goodness.
Let's start with the high five. This has been your year. So she is Gaona Muramung, CEO and founder of House of K. She's a trailblazer in the fashion industry. Just recently showcased at the World Fashion Week Asia 2017. That was in Malaysia, right?
Yes, it was in Malaysia.
And I remember how you beautifully just went out there, boldly raised funds for that trip, and it happened.
Yes,
you know what? I love that spirit. But we're here to talk about that moving and shaking go-getter spirit. And she will be showcasing soon in Paris as well. She's the co-founder of the concept store and one of the most opinionated people I know on social media. And I just love that. High five, girl, high five. Thank you for joining me. And finally, I'm going to start by calling you my friend, because you're my friend. There is no shame there. I've known this lady, how long has it been? It's been 18 years or so.
Yeah, it's been like forever.
I
I stopped counting at some point.
Exactly the point.
School days.
You know what I mean? School days. So
yeah,
one of my long-term friends, her name is Bonalo Tumelo. She's a seasoned marketer, someone who's very passionate about her craft. And believe you me, everywhere she goes, she leaves a mark. She's currently country brand manager. So she's the go-to person when you want to talk about building a brand. And the reason why I felt you're perfect here today is because these are brands.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
very true.
So
That's
I feel
very
you've
true.
got a lot to actually, contribute to how they got here, as well as taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
And she's also a radio presenter, something that just happened for her in the year 2017 on Ice 100.
Yeah.
And she's one of the smartest women I know. Girl, thank you for joining us here today. Hey. So my ladies, okay, let's look at give Ziki where the achievements on the 2017, which I feel is really fitting. And one of the major reasons why I have you guys here, because there's a story to tell with each one of you about the year 2017. So how has this year been?
Oh, wow. I think, just before we start, me and Gaona were talking about the year, we were describing it like a graph. It started, like for me, I thought it was going to be a bad year, because January was like this. I was like, I've seen this before, and I could see this. I was like, but it's January. Yeah. The next thing, I'm still, pushing my way out, and then, like you said, radio came, and I was like, up it went, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So, as much as it started shaky, but I'm ending on a high note. I think that for me is how I can sum up my year.
Yeah. Have you always wanted to be on radio? Because I remember years and years ago when you'd come to my show to promote brands, I'd keep saying, I think you've got this voice, this personality, I think you can do radio. And you refused. And suddenly you're on radio.
I'm a person who, I think, as much as I can try and beat around and try, I have a thing about timing. There's always a time when I'm ready. And I have always wanted to be on radio. And you have played a very big part on that because of being on radio with you. I remember there was a time when you're doing a Christmas show, you were on air on Christmas Day, and I was there with you in the studio. Those had a very big impact on me ending up going on radio. Even when I started, I was like, okay, no, this I know. Yeah, I always used to see her do this. And so it's always been there. It's always been sitting there. And, sitting and helping you produce your shows and think about what you're going to talk about, what you're going to do. I do that now. So it's kind of like preparation for the years to come. And now I feel I'm ready for it. Because even when it comes to content, I've been exposed enough to be able to come up with content, even on the day of my show. Okay, I hope they're not listening. But on the day of my show, you know what I mean? I can, because I've grown to that extent that I can do that. So I think the time is right for me now.
The time is now, what?
The time is now.
All in timing.
Yes.
Zen.
Oh. Oh, 2017. It's been a beautiful year. I'm celebrating 16 years in the creative industry. For me, it's just like she just said, it started like as a very quiet and very slow year. We know we're now 50 plus 1, obviously after the about 50. And, going through the 16 years, you look back and you say how far I've come. It's been such an emotional route for me, more that I've lost two greatest legends that have been very instrumental in my career, being the greatest Soros Katumbela and Ray Puri of South Africa. And, you look back and you say you are privileged. I had an accident quite earlier this year, and I had to reflect and say, I need to document. Somebody else needs to hear my story. There's a little girl out there, who'd be inspired by this beautiful story that I've walked. And I'm really looking forward for this year. 25th October, which is my birthday, I'll be premiering my documentary that celebrates the 16 years of hard work, the perseverance, the endurance that I had to incur as a young woman in today's now, like she said.
But tell me something. If there's something that amazes me about you is 16 years ago, as a little girl, you decided, you see this industry, this male dominated, not even as a musician, but I'm going to become a promoter, I'm going to become an artist manager. Like, how? Where did you get the guts back then? This is where I want to be.
It started way back from school, from secondary school after I won a UNICEF writing competition, and I had to, to present it before the UNICEF officer. Back then, Ramasis was working for United Nations Children's Fund. And he actually said, our vice president, he actually said, Zenzele, in you there's something special. You need to ignite it. You need to know that God invests in each and every individual something special. And once you find it, just go for it. So I knew back then, 16 years ago, that I have this dream and I wanted to fly. The little girl in me wanted to shine and wanted to go out there for what she believed in. So it was just all about that. How I was going to do it, I just knew that I knew how I'd get to it. And I'm actually glad that I've grown to be this woman. I've developed so many brands. I look back and say, hey, that little girl, now she's shining, she's dancing, she's saying, celebrate with me the 16 years.
Most absolutely. Your words right now, I remember watching an interview, I think that was Kanye Gomo, and she's like, you don't need to know how you're going to get there. All you need to know is the end. But okay, so another guy, I want to become Oprah. You know what I mean? Because the universe just now conspires to make a way. So eventually it all works out.
The funny thing is, when you talk of Zen, me and Zen crossed paths years ago. Imagine at the start of my career, and she was still in her early stages of her career as well somewhere, and she was at that point managing V. And we were having an activation. That was the first time I met with Zen. I don't even know if she would remember, because then I was still so young and I was still like,
we're still tiny.
I'm gonna hide
Yeah.
So I was just reflecting on that just now.
Your year has been incredible, girl.
My year, just like this. Man, my year is like, it started off very well. We started off with, we opened the boutique beginning of the year. I met beautiful women that I partnered with to open the boutique, and then it started on a very, very high note. It was shopping boots, everything is fine, life is good, and then from there, expected good things that we didn't expect, and then it went like into a ditch. From that ditch, that's where I was even applying for jobs.
Ah,
Like seriously.
it got to that point.
It got to that point where, you know what, I need to go, I need to do my SIMA, finish my accounts, I need to apply for a job because it needs, I have three kids and a husband and a home. You understand? I can't be in that, you know, it's okay. But once it picked up, it was like a jet. It's from, because even the Malaysian, it just came, the world fashion, I don't even know how they found me. So we are social media and whatnot. So they found me and they were like, you know what? I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but I'm going to go. Look, I gave that donations and that wasn't happening. Like, you know what? I actually got money to go there to buy my flight on the Sunday. I left the country.
What a man!
I am going. What to do? I think we're in Dubai. That is like 4 hours away from destination. Yeah, no. Like, I guess I give you a lot and everything. But again, when my dad put on my account, daily donations from different people.
Oh wow!
I get, you know what? What I told myself was, you know what? I'm going to go. God got me. He's not going to give me something that he knows I can't help. I'm going to do this.
Amen.
And from there, everything just. Equally, that for me was that built my career, my next 20 years. It literally built my next 20 years. That moment, and I had to go through that. That ditch, I had to be there.
Absolutely. And then suddenly there's Paris.
And then suddenly there's Paris.
You had a fantastic day, you know that.
And then even from the Malaysian trip, I've got shops and other people contacting me, wanting me to send them clothes samples for boutiques in both Australia and other places. So for me, that's like, you know what, this is what I've been dreaming of. And this is what, even Paris is Paris. Every fashion designer or every fashion enthusiast wants to go to Paris. But for me, the highlight was, okay, I'm going to make this dress. And where do I take it? It can't end. I need somebody to wear it somewhere. So then that's what's happening.
Big up yourself, girl. Keep it up. Tolu. What do you call yourself, a fashion artist?
I'm a fashion artist.
Exactly, because I remember yesterday, okay, fashion. Okay, she's an icon. But is she an artist? Is she a blogger? Is she, you know, so you're a fashion artist?
I call myself a fashion artist. That is being a stylist, a writer, a blogger, a style curator. 3 in 1. That's why I get it.
But I'm curious about the afro. Why the afro? When I afro look upon guy.
Sorry, Nale Afro. I've been natural haired all my life. Since I've figured, okay, my mom thought that is someone who influenced me, style and everything, and my lifestyle, my values and everything. Narata Afro Tata, so I think I got it from her. Narata style, quick, you should fix the buttons. Like, I grew up get okay, I need to look good, be presentable, and I think it was just natural for a fashion person.
Whoa. What did I tell you about these ladies, man? A whole lot of movers and shakers right here. And yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg, I tell you.